What's up, homies? Mikey here, and yes, I will be starting to say homies instead of guys now. So anyway, today we're gonna explain the star tiers. I did a couple tiers before in this channel, but I really haven't explained what the stars mean. So yeah, as y'all can see here, that you see these stars. So there's only 6 tiers: 5 stars, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So without further ado, I'll be explaining them. So yeah, here we go with 0 stars. Now, one thing to know is that all the stars don't actually mean F tier. It's like my own ranking. So just because 5 stars is not actually means it's S tier. Well, it could mean that, but it's not like in a way you think. Sure, it's like another form of S tier, but it won't be. It's like the not the S tier you think. So 0 stars can mean other two things. Yeah, it means I can't rank, which means I haven't tried it, or it's unrankable, or it just means it's really really bad. It depends on what I'm ranking. Most of the time, if I add 0 stars, me like, oh, I never tried this thing before. So that's what 0 star means, that I have not tried it. So yeah, but there will be, I don't know, or will be occasion where like I'm gonna say, oh man, this actually so sucks. That it's not rankable. It's sucky. It just means it just also can mean it's like a sub, but it can be rankable. It's the 0 star. It's just a wild card. It could just be whatever I want. Depends on what I want to put the situation at. So it really doesn't matter. Star ranking to me is the worst ranking can get. Like nothing could go worse than a 1 star. Like unless it's at a 0 star again, but again that's really rare. Just but yeah, the 1 star is just the worst ranking out of the bunch. It's like it's so worse than it's worse. It's things that I generally do not like. This if it's a 1 star, it's a thing that I will not ever do in a game unless rest of my life unless I have to. Or something I do not like. It's the last choice for what I pick in something I do. Whether it be food or something else, it's generally the last pick for whatever I do. So yeah, 1 star means it's just very very bad. It's the last choice, the last thing I do out of all the other choices I have. The only reason why, the only if suffers in a D tier or I guess 1 star, that's the only choice. Well, I either won't do it or I had to deal with it. So yeah, 1 star means the worst of the worst. Doesn't go lower than the 1 star. Now here we are for the 2 stars. It's a step above, obviously. You know. So but there's a lot of better options for 2 stars. Like there's lot more better, but it's not the worst. You can definitely do better, but it's not the worst. But you can definitely do better than a 2 star rating. So I want to say it's terrible. Like the 1 stars that like it's still pretty bad. But at the end of the day, it's just all right. It's not the best, definitely not the worst. Is so basically this tier is basically like not the pros, but the cons are like way more than the pros. Like I mean, it still be one of my last choices, but definitely not one of the very last. So basically anything that's in 2 star, it means it could be better, but it's not. It won't be the last choice I have. Unless I put nothing in 1 star. In 1 star, then yeah, it's pretty much yeah, yeah. If one, it's kind of like a substitute for one. There's nothing. If there's nothing in one, then I'm probably gonna choose for anything to choose our last than other than 3, 4, or 5 tiers. So or stars. So yeah, that is the second or 2 stars rating or whatever. Oh, you have your 3 stars now. These are the average tier, I would say, but this don't have to be the average tier. It could be slightly above average. That's the most I'm gonna put it. Or it could be above average. If I'm being honest, that's what I'm gonna do. Above average. It could be through average through above average. These stars are actually the good ones. That the average ones. That's why it's the middle. You don't count the 0 stars, but yeah, it's just the average ones. It's not the best. It's not the worst. So yeah, it's like the pros can out. It's like either the pros can outweigh the cons or vice versa. It doesn't matter. It's like either way. So for this in short is like it's good, but it's just good. It's a very good tier, and don't let this tier 4. This is actually pretty good. You know, 3, 4, or 5 are the good ones. You know, I always say, you know, for the most part. Well, sometimes 3 can I would say rarely be the bad ones. You know, but again, it could be like it's probably one of my favorite tiers because it could either flip flop. You know, be a good or bad tier. You know, so yeah, nothing wrong with being a 3-star. If you're in a 5, 4, or 3-star, you're pretty good. That if you're in a 2 and 1, no, you're not cutting it. So yeah, average. It can be good, but it's for the most part the good outweighs the bad. We have the 4-star tier list. Now this is the one where like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Awesome, pretty good. Unlike the 3 stars, it's not above average. I'll say it's going above average to almost perfect. Well, I don't say almost perfect to like, to an amazing. Let's do that. I don't know what amazing means. 4 stars mean like it's pretty good, but it's still missing some stuff. For being a 5-star. The highest ranking. You get. But still, don't want to. Just because it's not a 5-star doesn't mean it's still good. A 4-star is a good rating. It just misses some things that it could be for a 5-star. Just have some stuff that holds it back from being the best of the best. But still, nothing wrong with being a 4-star. It's that like it's just that some stuff it just holds it back from being the best. So yeah, that's the 4 stars. We have the 5 stars here. The highest tier you can get on my star tier list. So this is for the ones that are the best of the best in the category or the tier. Nothing can go higher than 5 stars. Maybe I add a 6 stars. But probably not. I was gonna do a 10-star review, 10 star tier list, but I feel like that's more like for like a review or like for like games and movies than a tier list. So not to mention it's gonna be a lot different or a lot longer than a 10 stars. It's gonna be a lot longer. It's gonna be like I feel like you add like more tiers. It's like what's the point of adding more tiers? Just add like around five or six. I feel like that's the best. Either 5 or 6. I said 5, but I would say 5, but I actually had 6 because 0 stars again. So yeah, and also don't just because it's a 5 doesn't mean it doesn't equal to S tier. As again, it's just my ranking. So yeah, there's nothing to say about it. It's just saying that like 5 stars is the best ranking on the tier list that I made. So yeah, best of the best. And one more thing, it can have little things, but I'll still consider S tier on like 4 stars. Like it has something that it will like kind of bother me, but down to 4 star. So yeah, that's a 5-star ranking. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the star tier list that I made up. Again, these 5 stars or 4 or 3, whatever, aren't meant to be like an S tier, H or B, C or D. If I'm being honest, I will rate them differently depending on what I'm using. If I'm using my personal one, it'll be way more different than some of them. That's not to say all of them pretty much they're pretty identical. But the reason why I put the not equal signs because like they're not supposed to be like the S tier. It's like a personal tier list for me. Like if you want to use this tier list, I don't mind. But this is one I like. Maybe because of stars. But the reason why I changed it because I'm not the biggest fan using the S, B, C, or D. Like I found kind of strange. It goes from the S to D or for S to A, but I feel like this specific one will be better for me, But it's not to say I won't be using this. Well, I will be using this on the channel, but if I want to rank stuff, I'll use it the regular, the standard, So yeah, I hope I did my best to explain it, Again, this is not like your S, your A is tier. It's just different. It's just put my own personal spin to it. So yeah, I can't believe this took a while to explain. So yeah, I hope y'all join this. I do have some tier lists I have in mind. I already make a couple of them. I just gotta record them. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. Have a good day, and I see you in the next video. Goodbye.